is out of the Golden Bear Den, coming across the mighty Ohio after a rainy night on the practice field. Always good to catch up with Ted Arnaud Jr. about the Oak Glen Golden Bears. Now, let's talk about sophomore quarterback Nick Cheney back. He threw for 1,593 yards and 15 touchdowns last year. Sophomore tailback Cage Patterson expected to get a lot of work along with juniors Preston Brown and Ethan Mick. Paxton Schumann, a sophomore, is their fullback. Senior tight end, 6'5", Ethan Travis, last year 29 catches for 563 yards. Wideout Zach Taylor, another tall receiver, Michael Lemley and Hunter Patterson. Now, they opened the season against Weird, had a tough time, lost 49-14. Nick Cheney, a lot of upside with him, 181 yards, 2 touchdowns passing to Zach Taylor, but they were held to 14 yards rushing the ball, and they host Catholic Central. So what do you do to get the running game going, Coach?
Well, Catholic Central has a different front, and they play a little bit different style defense than Weirton did. Weirton's a very aggressive, gap 8, blitz everybody type of defense. And with that type of defense, you have to make them pay with, either trying to throw screens or get behind them, or in our case, we tried to throw a one-on-one against our bigger receivers, against their smaller corners. And we had some success with that, but not as much as we would have liked. And obviously, we want to be a more balanced team. So establishing the run game with Catholic Central is going to be something that is going to be of a top priority this week in practice.
All right, up front, Kellen Tropic, a state champion in the discus, is back. Logan Meadows, Connor Adams, sophomore Jeremy Taylor, Matthew Malik, Daniel Beals, Cal O'Connor, and Ethan Hooker. Listen, I got to say this. I have been around Eastern Ohio, West Virginia, since the late 70s, early 80s, and I've always had a special place in my heart for Oak Glen. But this is really, in my opinion, this is my thought, the first time they've had this much consistency and this much of a game plan, because things aren't really kind of fractured as they once were. Everybody seems in. You got a great booster club. People are involved. The fans are coming out. Would that be a fair statement, do you think?
No, I think that's a very fair statement. And, one of the goals that we had coming in when, I took over as head coach 2 years ago was to re-examine the culture and try to develop team culture. And that's so important. I can't overemphasize that enough. And you're right, it's the community, it's the kids, it's the administration, it's the buy-in by the whole community. And I've just been so moved and impressed with the way that our kids have come together. And yeah, it didn't go the way that we planned last Friday, but our kids stuck together, they played the whole game, and they came back, and we actually had 2 of the best practices we've ever had the last 2 days. So it's all encouraging, and I think that you're going to see some great things out of this team sooner than later.
One of the things that your dad is an assistant coach, and he's also part of the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday Show, my lifelong friend who I love dearly. It's about breaking bread, spending time with people, familiar, getting to know each other. And what I love about your program, we even took time last night and broke a little bread, had a little dinner, a little chicken dinner, spend time in Chester, Newell, New Cumberland. You're out in the community, and you got a great facility, wonderful high school, wonderful football field. People are buying in, great administration, and that's really what high school football is all about, more so than what happens in 60 minutes of football, right?
Oh, 100%. I agree with you 100%.